Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play XCOM the board game. This game supports 1 to 4 players. It's for ages 12 and up, and the average play time is 1 to 2 hours, although the way I and Ida play, we typically take a lot longer than that. This is going to be a solo playthrough, but I don't know if we're going to complete an entire playthrough. We'll see. I've got a lot going on the next couple of days, and I just don't know if I'll be able to complete a full game. But I wanted to at least show you what the game was like. If you want to see a full playthrough, actually, 4 years ago, Ida and I played a cooperative game, and that took place over, I think, 8 or 9 videos. I'm going to just try and condense everything into one video today and show you as much as I can. I will warn you, I haven't played this in 4 years, and I don't seem to have the rules reference in the box. So I did some research prior, and I think I've got everything straight, but as I always say, I'm here to spread awareness, play some games, have some fun, and if you like what you see here and you end up buying the game, then you can be as nitty-gritty with the rules as you'd like to be. Alright, let's go ahead and to start it. You will need the companion app. It's free in order to play this. I have already set the game up. I have it on easy. You can set it for 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. But on easy mode, I'll have the ability to pause time indefinitely. In this game, the game is broken up over rounds, and there's 2 parts to a round. There's a timed phase, in which players are scrambling to get stuff done within a certain time limit, which I hate. And then there's the resolution phase, which is now you've got time to roll dice and do things. In easy mode, you can pause the timed phase indefinitely, and I will need to do that. I'm old, I can't see well. Between that and other physical disabilities, I just can't get things done that quickly in single player. So I'm going to play easy mode, and that way I've got time to actually observe everything. There are 4 rules in this game. Roles, R-O-L-E-S. Players will typically take the role of either the central officer, the commander, the squad leader, or the chief scientist. In a 2-player game, it's like you split them up. The rulebook actually has at least the getting started thing that I still have. I don't know what happened to the rules reference, but in here it actually tells you how to split the cards up if you're playing less than 4 players. But as you can see, like, everyone is going to be responsible for their own individual things. So during the timed phase, the app might say, scientist, you need to do this now. Or commander, you need to do this now. And everyone's like in charge of their own little section, which is really cool. In single player, you have to do all of that by yourself. How I have everything set up here, the main board is off to the right. I've already did the setup via the app. The headquarters is in Asia over here. I've set up, there's 2 of these Rangers, I think they're called, or like they're airships. You use them to fight the UFOs. These are in like the pool. This is the buy pool. Players will be able to spend money to add these to their reserve. The reserve is over here in the upper left. I've got 6 of these available to use. I've got 8 research tokens. I've got 2 of each class. I've got 2 support, 2 heavy, 2 snipers, and 2 assault. And each of these classes have different icons on them, and that will sort of come into play whenever we go to do an actual mission. The main goal of the game is to we are given this, like, this is like the main invasion plan, I think it's called. And there's like, I think 5 or 6 of them in the box. And essentially you take, this is like the main goal, okay? But there's like 6 of them. And when the computer says it's ready, it'll say flip this card, and then you do the missions on the other side. And if you do them, you win the game. But this isn't even available yet. It's just face down over here in the main area, waiting to be flipped over. The more side missions you do, which are these cards here, and I'll just show you what they look like, the underside. I doubt I'll get to this one. Oh, but it'll say like alien assault, and if you succeed in this mission, you get to destroy 2 UFOs and reduce panic in Europe by 2. You have to go from left to right and complete these cards. These are like face down enemies that will be revealed when you get there. And these are like icons. These are like skill checks. You have to get 1 success on these kinds of skill checks by rolling dice, and the number of dice you can roll is determined by how many icons you match whenever you assign people to this mission. I think you can assign a total of 4 different people to the mission. So those are the missions. I have a lot of stuff off camera too because I just don't have the room. It looks like I've got a lot of room, but I'll be acquiring research cards along the way. There's an entire deck of these research cards, and as I acquire them, I'll be able to, and research them. I'll be able to add them to the already existing array here and exhaust them for various actions, which is kind of cool. There's also these like hazard cards, which the app will tell me, okay, you better draw 2 and pick 1 to put down. I've been thinking about like a slightly easier mode where out of all of the hazard cards, maybe like look through them and pick 1 that you have to resolve. They're all bad. And then the rest is like, well, they're discarded. I was thinking about doing that for this playthrough while I kind of relearn the game, so don't yell at me if I do that wrong. It's on purpose. I love finding ways to make games more casual for players that have either disabilities or just don't want a very difficult experience. There's satellites over here. You start the game with 8 of those, and you'll be using them here to fight UFOs that might be in orbit. You start the game with 10 emergency money. You'll be assigned money throughout the game, and you have to use it or lose it. But you spend $1 for everything that you do. Every research you put, every scientist you apply to research cards, every ship in orbit, or every ranger, whatever, in orbit of a particular continent, you have to spend $1 for. Every troop that you assign to various things, you have to pay like their salary. So you have to sort of count all of this, and if you need emergency money, it's here, but once it's out, it's out. There are some cards, I think, that allow you to refill that. But these are the starting asset cards, and it's very difficult to see I get that because it's just so far away. But these are like the standard ones. I have them arranged timed phase here and resolution phase down here. That way I don't accidentally miss one. In theory, I should have all of these exhausted before I move on to the resolution phase, in theory anyway. There are commander cards, for example, that you get. So like this one, for example, officer training and future combat. There's more of these in the box, but it all depends on where your headquarters is, and the app will tell you where your headquarters is. So depending on where your headquarters is, you're going to get this bonus card. This is always a thing, this officer training, and this emergency funding is always a thing. But depending on your continent, you will get a special card unique to that continent, and the rest you just simply place out of the game. For those of you curious, there's Europe there, that's the expert knowledge, all in. There's Africa, and then South America, and then North America, and Australia. So depending on the headquarters that you get, you're going to get a unique card, and because these are just out of the game, because I don't have any of those. I don't have headquarters anywhere else. Okay, I also have these UFOs off camera. I've got these success tokens off camera. I've got more money off camera as I need to grab it for various things. I've got a deck of aliens. These aliens are not included in the game. The app will say these 4 alien types are in the game and the rest are not. So if the app says Mutons are in the game, then you would take all of the Muton cards, shuffle them up, and include them with the current game that you're playing. The aliens that are in this game are instead in this smaller deck. I think it was Sectoid, Commander, Floaters, and one other one whose name I can't remember right now. Not Thin Man, it was something else. But so I took all the cards from those 4 alien types and shuffled them up into a deck, and they will come out to attack my base and also to provide a nuisance on these missions as they come up. Okay, and again, this is based off of memory without... I don't have the rules reference in front of me, so bear with me. Okay, there's also a research deck, so I'll be drawing cards and possibly researching things. And I guess we'll just play and you can see how it goes. I'm going to begin round 1 via the app. I've set everything up already. Deploying, and there's actual XCOM music, which is awesome, but I have that off. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, so I have it off. So, and this is probably for the best. I'm pausing it so I can explain what I'm looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and actually turn down there we go. So this is saying, new technology available, Chief Scientist. And what that means is I get to draw 6 of these. Maybe I should lighten that a little bit. I can barely see it. I get to draw 6 of these research cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that my hand size is 6. These are the ones that I can try to research in order to add them to my tableau here. During different parts of the time phase, it'll say, assign a research to number 3, or assign a research to number 1. And I get to look through these cards and pick which ones I want to start researching. The cost is in the upper left-hand corner. I hesitate to use the word cost. This is like the number of successes that you need to have on these cards before you can grab them and add them to your array. And again, you'll be rolling dice. That's what these blue dice are. There's a 1 in 3 chance you'll roll one of these shields, I guess, and that is a success. So every time I get to roll a success, or every time I roll a die and get a success, I add a token to that card that I'm researching, and if I have enough of them, I can add it to my tableau out here. There's another die. This is the alien die. This will determine whether or not you succeed or fail. That goes hand in hand with this track right here. It always starts at 1 every time you start a new task. But the way it works is the more you attempt to do the same task, the more this tracker goes up, and this is numbered 1 through 5. And what happens is you're going to roll this alien die alongside any blue dice that you're owed. And if the number is equal to or lower wherever the tracker is, so if this is on 2, and I roll a 2 or a 1, then I failed. I still get to keep any successes that I rolled for that task, but essentially I failed it and I have to stop. And different things happen. If I'm researching, my research tokens become exhausted, like here's the regular and here's the exhausted side. If I'm fighting in orbit via a satellite and I fail, these satellite tokens go to the exhausted side. If I'm fighting aliens on a mission or at my home base and I fail, my troops are killed and returned to the pool available to buy in the future. So this will go up by 1 every time I keep rolling on the same task. Okay? So, all right, so that's that. What was I getting at? Oh, yeah. So I drew 6 cards here is what that told me to do. I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to pause again. Too bad there's not like an auto pause. All right, anyway, there might be in the menu. Options. No, it's just sound, unfortunately. Okay. So it's saying XCOM budget 12 credits. So it's saying, hey, Commander, give yourself 12 credits for this round. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Could you imagine me doing this and explaining everything in 10 seconds? No. No. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that? 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is coming from the pool. I might put this over here due to lack of camera space, lack of table space. So this is what I have available right now for this current round. All right, I'm going to hit done. Pause. All right, now it's saying assign research 1. So, Chief Scientist, you have 22 seconds to look through your cards, figure out what you want to place here and how many scientists you want to add to it to research. For every scientist that you add to that spot, the more blue dice you get to roll. So it's 1 to 1. So if I add 2 scientists to the card that I want to research, I get to roll 2 dice on it later on in the game. Looking at this, and again, this is all under a time crunch normally. Let's see. Oh, there's an example of getting emergency funds back. I can exhaust this during the time phase to place $2 on the emergency funding asset card. That is great because if I lose soldiers, I can just keep exhausting this every round and getting an extra $2. I like that. I'm going to put this Illyrium out here under, what was that, number 1? Yeah. So that's going to go there, and I'm going to put 2 of my 8 scientists out here. So I can roll 2 dice on it. Maybe I do 3. Just because that's a really good one. You know what? I might do that. I'm going to put 3 out here. Okay, but again, if I fail and roll badly, all 3 become exhausted until a future round. This app will tell me when cards can be sort of refreshed and scientists unexhausted and that. All right, so I guess readied. There's no unexhausted. Okay, so I'm going to hit done. And now it says choose mission, squad leader. Okay, so I guess I'll just, again, without a rules reference on me, I think I have to, oh, what's that button? Oh, that tells me radar blips. It's actually telling me where UFOs might show up on the map in the future. This says choose mission, so I'm going to assume that I can draw 2 and pick 1 if I had to guess. Again, I don't have the rules reference on me. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm just going to do the gamer thing, draw 2 and pick 1. So I've got alien abduction and asset recovery. I swear I shuffled these. Yeah, UFO, asset, target, okay. Yeah, it looks like they're similar. Okay, so which one do I want to put out here? If I win this one, it's recruit 2 soldiers and reduce panic in Europe by 2. The game also tells you your panic levels for each continent. The game is over if 2 of the continents get over here. Okay, Europe is here, so that's actually one I might want to consider doing. I would need, I have to assign snipers to this. That's the sniper symbol, and then there's 2 troops. This one is place $3 on emergency funding, reduce panic in Africa by 2. If I complete this one, this is wasted by 1, so I'm really tempted to try this one. And I just need 1 success. Okay, so I think I'm going to just put this over here for now. I might put that somewhere else later, just for the sake of the camera, but we'll maybe in the middle here, or something like that. You know what? I'm going to do that for now. It doesn't belong here, but I'm going to put it somewhere over here anyway, so I can reach it without having to, you know what I mean? And I'm just going to put this on the bottom of the deck, because that also sounds like the proper gamer thing to do. Okay, I'm going to hit done. Crisis! Okay, so this is where you draw 2 crisis cards, and you choose one to put here, and you have to resolve these later. So I'm going to draw 2 off the top, and this says, destroy 1 of those airplane ship thingies, Rangers, whatever, or destroy 2 of them. Well, duh, I'm going to choose this one. So that's going to go right there, and I have to resolve that later. This other one I'm just going to put on the bottom of the deck for now. Okay. And again, on my home brewed roll, I think if more get added here, I'll pick 1 to resolve and discard the rest. I'm casual like that. Enemy in the base. That means you draw the top card from the alien deck, and you put it right there. And this is, oh, that's the one I couldn't remember, the outsider. This special ability is disintegrate. The enemy cannot be taken as salvage when it is killed. So whenever you kill an enemy unit, typically, you flip this card over and give it to the scientist. And this is used to activate certain card abilities, depending on what you have. So this outsider is going to go over here for now. Okay, resume, done. UFOs detected. There's 1 in Asia here, and there's 1 in Australia there. Okay, all right, done. Emergency funding available. Do I want to take any emergency funding? I have 12. I need to figure out, like, I don't think I want to use it yet. I certainly want to buy, like, anything I don't use. Like, this is going to cost me 3. I definitely want to assign people to my base for defense. Assuming I assign 3 of them over there, that's 3 plus 3 is 6. So that's like 6 possible. I'm also going to be assigning these airships to the various continents to try and shoot them down. Anything left over from this initial 12, I get to spend here to add to my reserve. So I might take some emergency funding. I'm going to do 2. That 1 card will give me emergency funding. I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to go 2. I'm going to add 4 to the emergency funding just to have it. And then I'm going to try and research that as soon as possible so I can start filling it back up again. Okay, I'm going to hit done. UFOs detected in South America, and that's it. Okay, so that goes there. And done. Deploy squad to mission. Okay, so I can assign squad members to try and do this mission from this pool over here. Now, looking at this, I need to figure out what is going to go here. Let's see. Whoops. I don't remember if I can play these aliens face up here or not. I'm gonna do it anyway. So that goes there, and that goes there, just so I can see what icons I need. And it looks like I need a lot of sniper symbols. So I might assign both of my snipers to this mission. And I would also need, what is that symbol? That is an assault. And that one is that's also sniper. Okay, so I'm thinking 2 snipers and 1 assault. So it's saying deploy squad to mission. I'm going to apply both of my snipers. One thing I need to make sure I've got over here, though. This guy also wants a sniper and an assault. So maybe I do 1. So yeah, I'm going to assign 1 sniper to it and maybe 1 assault. And hope that I get some of them done. The problem there is that I would only roll 1 die on this initial attempt. And that's a 1 in 3 chance. The assault will not roll any dice on this because it doesn't have that sniper symbol. Oh, that's gonna stink. Okay. Is there anything here that might help me with this die roll over here? Place 1 satellite here, move 1 UFO, move 1 unit from its reserve to the board. I can do any timed stuff now because I'm in the timed phase. Place 1 soldier from the reserve here. That soldier becomes elite. Okay, I'm thinking about doing that. Elite soldiers add an extra die to their skill check, which is nice. And that's tracked via these, and you sort of slot them into the miniatures like side here or on top, wherever the little slot is. That's where that goes. Okay. Discard 2 tech cards and then draw 2 tech cards. Recruit 1 soldier. Use this ability only if Aegis panic level is yellow. Yes. Recruit 1 soldier. Then use this ability only... Yes, so it is yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust future combat, and I get to recruit 1. So I'm going to recruit the sniper because I really need snipers right now. I'm going to put it in my reserve, and I'm going to assign it to that mission down here, which is awesome. What else? Move 1 unit from its reserve to the board, or from the board to the reserve. I have to place a satellite there to do it. Which is here. Move 1 UFO on the board into orbit or to a continent that has not fallen into panic. Okay, I might do something like that later. Place 2 soldiers here. Discard a crisis card. Maybe I'll do that too. Whenever you assign units to the board, you pay their salary. When you assign them to cards, like asset cards, off of the board, you do not pay for their salary. So, all right. The thing is, I've got like 3 units here. All right, I think I'm good. I'm going to hit done. And pause. Okay, UFOs detected in... I hate that this phone is like this. What is that? It looks like South America? Oh, that's in orbit. Yeah, it's in orbit on the planet. Okay, so there's 1 here. All right. Done. Crisis. Great, I have to draw 2 more crisis cards. 1, 2. Spawn 2 UFOs in orbit or shuffle the crisis deck. Then immediately draw and resolve the top crisis. That's so random. I might do spawn 2 UFOs and go heavy on defense. Or use my homebrewed rolls and just get rid of that. We'll see. Okay, so let's go and discard that one. And done. Alright, it's saying assign research 3. So I get the chief scientist has to put something over here. I got to be careful not to overextend my finances. Place 1 success on a tech card that has at least 1... Wow, that's really good. This will give me free successes. Okay, I like this. All right, I'm going to go after that one as well. Or this defense matrix. Prevent 1 ship from being destroyed during the resolution phase. That may not That may not... Yeah, we'll see. Okay, you know what? I like this. This will help me get more cards out from the research. So I'm going to take Alien Construction, put that in 3. I'm going to assign... It sucks that I assigned 3 over there. Maybe I do 2 over here. I need to be conscious of how much money I'm spending. I did assign 4 more money over here in the hopes that I could use it. I think that's like 16 that I've got there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then plus 6 is 16. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not counting ships I might put here, and yeah. I'm halfway. Okay, I guess that's 2 is fine. Ooh, that's okay. Yeah, alright, fine. Done. We'll deal with it. Deploy satellites. For every satellite I put out here, I have to... I'm going to put 1 satellite out here. And that also costs some money. Alright, and these will fight these. So done. Assign research 2. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put something out there, but probably not assign any scientists to it because of money issues. What would I put out here, though? This is, choose... I apologize for the blur. Let's try that. Choose an enemy. That enemy loses its special ability for this round. That could be useful for those nasty outriders or whatever, or outsiders that prevent me from gaining cards as salvage. Prevent 1 ship from being destroyed. I kind of like that one. Place 1 science token here. Build 1 ship. Limit twice per round. Place 1 ship here. Move any soldiers on a mission to the reserve instead of killing those soldiers. So I guess if I were to die on a mission, I could put a ship here and prevent them from dying. That's really useful. I kind of like this defense matrix in case of a bad roll. So I'm going to put that over here. On 2, I don't know if I want to assign any scientists to it. I still need to assign people over here for base defense. Oh, that's tough. And I still have to assign airplanes over here. And if you go over your budget, I think it's your lowest goes up. I can't remember. I'm going to have to possibly pause and look. I think it's the lowest ones go up. It's either the foremost ones or the lowest ones get pushed forward on the track. I'm going to try and prevent that so that doesn't happen. I'm not going to assign any scientists to that right now. I'll worry about that later. All right, I'm going to hit done. Deploy interceptors. Okay, so I've got 6 of them. And what I may do is sort of group them together as much as possible so I don't have to assign so many. So, for example, I can use move 1 unit... No. Here's move 1 UFO on the board to orbit or to a continent that has not fallen into panic. So what I could do is I could move like this one over here using this card, and then this satellite will fight both, assuming I'm lucky enough to get them both. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to do that. Probably a bad idea, but I'm going to move this one here. That's less airplanes, or I'm going to call them Rangers, whatever. That's less I have to assign. I have to place a satellite here to do that. So that goes there. Remove 1 unit from its reserve to the board, or from the board to the reserve. I'm guessing I'm going to do that if I go over. Or if I go under. If I'm under on my budget, I could possibly emergency, get out there and do this. Place 2 soldiers here. Discard a crisis card from the crisis pool. Limit once per round. I like that. I'm going to see what else comes up before I do it. Place 1 soldier here from the reserve. I want to also do that. Exhaust this. Discard 2 tech cards from your hand. Then draw 2 tech cards. Now I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, I'm going to hit... Alright, I'm going to deploy my interceptors. I'm going to put 1 here and 1 here. That's 2. And I hope that they can handle it 1-to-1. We'll see. Done. Defend the base. Now I get to assign units for base defense. There's only 1 out here, which isn't bad. And he has a hit point of 2. So I need to get 2 successes on him. He requires the, I think that's assault. What is that? Yeah, assault. And this one is, oh, that's also assault. The sniper has it too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these 2 for base defense. and both of them can try and double team. They've got the icons for it. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place... these heavies and supports aren't doing anything right now. So I'm going to assign, I think, the heavy... you know what? Rather than use the assault, that one blast icon is also... that could... okay, so I'm going to do... I know I'm all over the place. I'm going to put the assault back and use a heavy. Sort of branch them out a little bit. Okay, and then this one says, place a soldier here from the reserve. And then that soldier becomes elite. I have to exhaust it. So I want to upgrade my assault. So I'm going to do that for now. And in the future, when this guy comes back, I'll get 2 dice to use with him rather than just 1. All right, good enough, done. UFO detected. Oh, great. In Africa. Oh, crap. All right. I didn't... I've already moved stuff with that one card. Oh, no. Okay, probably should have waited on that, but so it goes. All right, done. Ending timed phase. Now, again, players would typically have like 30, 40, 50 seconds or whatever to do last-minute stuffs. Do I want to do any last-minute stuffs? So this is it. So let's see real quick what I've spent. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in research. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That leaves me with an extra 3 or so to buy new units, which may come in handy. I could always put this here to move a unit from the reserve out onto the board. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to exhaust this card, put a satellite here, so I can move a unit from my reserve onto the board, because I wasn't expecting Africa to come under attack. So now I've got a ship out there for Africa. Is there anything else I can use? Do I want to discard 2 cards? No. Do I want to discard a crisis card? I might as well. I mean, I'm not using these guys for anything. Place 2 soldiers here. Discard a crisis card from the crisis pool. So I'm trying really hard not to use my homebrewed rolls. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as much as possible. But if I get like 4 or 5 crisis, I may end up doing that. Spawn 2 UFOs in orbit. I'm going to get rid of that one. And then I'll leave this destroy 1. So I only have 1 hazard in there. Okay. Done. Now we're on to the resolution phase. Audit the budget. $12 plus the extra 4 that I got. So let's just do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the research. Back into the bank. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So that covers, like, the map. And then there's 3 down here and 2 over there, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves me with an extra 2 money, which is kind of what I got. It was 3 before, but then I moved that airplane over to Africa. All right. I get to now spend a credit to get new units from here if I want them. Considering that I'm going to lose a ship, I'm going to spend 1 credit to buy that, and that'll just fund that hazard card. And then this last one, I'm using a lot of snipers, so I kind of want to get a backup sniper. Oh, I got one already, so I think assault then. I'm going to use an assault. Yeah, I'm going to take an assault and add it to that, and that's all my money. Next. Resolution phase, 2 of 14. Recruit soldiers, and I did that. Okay, resolve crisis. Destroy 1 dead. So this goes back here. Next, resolve research. So starting with 1, we're going to roll 3 dice because there are 3 scientists there. We're also going to roll the alien die. So let's see. It's a 1 and 1 success. That is the worst possible thing because, just like the video game, you could be standing next to the alien, 99% chance to hit and you still miss. That's this game. So I got equal to or lower than the current number 1. So I fail and all of those exhaust. Unless there's something I can do to re-roll stuff. Let's see. Exhaust this. Discard 2 tech. No, it's these. Add 1 XCOM die to each roll. During a... I have to discard salvage. I don't have that. Exhaust this to re-roll the alien die. Yes, please. Yes, I'm going to re-roll because that was awful. It's a 6. Okay, I'm good. I get to add 1 success to this, and I do not fail. I just need 1 more success. I'm going to keep rolling, and because I'm going to keep rolling, this goes up to 2. And now I take everything and roll it again. Now, if I roll a 2 or less on the red die, it's a 3. I almost failed that, but I got 2 successes. That is enough to acquire this card. And now this gets immediately added into my array. It's under timed phase, so I'm going to put that here. I can't use it right now, but I can use it in the next round because timed phase is done. Now I'm going to resolve this one. Well, there's no scientists, so I can't do that. I'm going to resolve this one. There's 2 scientists on it, so I get 2 blue dice. This goes back to 1, and we're going to try and get this. A 7 and 1 success. So that is 1. I'm going to keep going. And now if I roll a 2 or lower, I'll fail it. 3 and a success. That's perfect. This is also successfully completed. I just needed 2 successes on it per this number 2 up here. And this is part of the resolution phase, so technically I can use it now. Place 1 success on a tech card that has at least 1 scientist. If I had assigned a scientist here, I could have just, like, immediately gotten it. Well, yeah, anyway. I'll know that for next time. I probably should have put that in 1 because that would have helped me with 3. All right, well, so it goes. That's all of the research. We're done. And next. Resolve orbital defense. This is going to be bad because there's 2 UFOs and 1 satellite. We start at 1. Is there anything that's going to help us with this? I don't know. All right, let's see. It's a 5 and a blank. Well, that goes, I'm going to try again. That goes up to 2. 3. Oh, that was close, but I got a success. So it's not here yet. So I'm going to get rid of 1 UFO. Now, I can stop anytime I want to, but that will also cause this to attack the planet. And it says increase the panic in the continent with the lowest panic. Okay, so I guess when you go over budget, it's the highest, and when you get attacked here, it's the lowest. You move those up. I'm going to keep going with it because exhausting 1 satellite is fine. So that goes up to 3. Give me 1, give me 1. 5 and blank. Oh, no. I feel like I need to keep going. Although this wouldn't be so bad. I've got 5 satellites healthy and left, so I might push my luck. It's a 50-50 shot with this red die at this point. 5 and blank. Oh boy, yeah, I'm stopping. Okay, so from here on out, I'd have to roll a 6 or better on the red die. I could try and get a success. I could try and just fail it. I could try again, and even if I fail this, I'd have to get a success here to knock it out, but that will also exhaust. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So it's 5 now. I just need a success. Give me a success. Yes. Okay. So I got a 3, which fails this. It's exhausted, but it was enough to take out the UFO. All right. Whew. I can live with that, actually. Okay. Now, next. For each continent, roll 1 XCOM die for each interceptor. So we're going to start with South America. It's a 1-to-1. If I had more airplanes here, I'd get to roll more blue dice. We start back at 1. Don't be bad. Okay, 2 and a success. We're at 1, so that's fine. We resolved that. No problem. Good job. Good job. Love it. This. All right, we start back at 1. 6 and a blank. We're going to keep going. No whammies, no whammies. 7 and a success. That's really good. That goes away. And now we're going to resolve Australia over there. It goes back to 1. 7 and a blank, which is not enough. Yep, got to keep going. Come on, wipe the board. 4 and a success. That is brilliant. Okay, so we're above the threshold. No planes got shot down. Good job, defense. That's what I'm saying. And if any UFOs were left, they would increase panic by 1 for each UFO still standing. All right, next. Resolve base defense. Well, we've got 2 people over here. I'm going to move this here for the moment and sort of show you what I'm doing. I'm assigning these 2 troops to this card, and this sniper matches this symbol here, and this blast icon is matched by the assault's blast icon there. So I get to roll 2 dice on this guy, and we go back to 1. Worth mentioning, when you're doing base defense and there's more than 1 enemy, your counter does not reset in between battles. So if there's 3 enemies there, this will keep going up for as many times as you roll. It all counts as like 1 task, 1 encounter. All right, give me something good. 4 and a success, that's 1 success. I need 2. So that goes up to 2, and I'm going to keep on rolling. For every enemy left over, this damage of the base will go up by 1. If it gets to here, I lose. So that's I have to kill him. 6 and 1 success, that is enough to murder him. However, his ability is, I do not get to keep this as salvage. So this is just going to go to the bottom of the alien deck. But at least he's out of there. Whew, okay, not terrible. Not terrible. Next. Was the XCOM base destroyed? No. Next. Alright, squad leader. I did not assign anybody to a mission, which was here. Oh, I did. Okay, well, let's do that now. I forgot about these guys. I did pay for them, for the record. I just forgot about them. Normally, they would be up there. So I've got a sniper and a sniper. So I get to roll 2 dice. Now, you'll notice that some of these icons, it's too far away for you probably, but there's a little gold border around this first icon. If you have someone of an elite matching type, or actually, you know what? This also has that. I think I get to roll an extra die for that, because they're specialized in that. So I get 2 dice for this first one, and I get 1 die for the second one. So I get 3 dice as opposed to 2, which is nice. If this were elite, I would get 1 for the elite, 1 for the specialty, and then 1 for every matching troop. So I get 3 blue dice on this first success, or this first test. This goes down to 1, and it's a 1. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Is there any way to undo that 1? Add 1 XCOM die to each roll. I don't have any salvage. Exhaust this to play a tech card in your hand. Is there a tech card that will get me out of this problem? Move any soldiers on a mission to their... Okay, I will do this, I think. So what this is saying is, place a number of research tokens here. Use the exhaust this ability on the tech card of cost X in your hand, then discard it. So I can use this 1 time to move these guys back to base rather than being killed. And I think I'm going to do that. So I completed this encounter, like this first section, but because of that 1, I'm going to get killed off. So I would have preferred to actually build this, but I feel like to save those 2 snipers, I need to... Oh, that's going to suck. I hate to lose this card, because that's a really good card. Okay. I'm going to exhaust... No. So I'm going to exhaust the workshop, put 2 research tokens here, and I get to play a card from my hand of equal cost, this one, and I have to place a ship here, I guess. I don't know if I have to actually pay the cost, though. It just says, use the exhaust this ability on the tech card, then... Oh, so it doesn't say to pay the cost. It just says to use the ability. So I'm just going to use those abilities to move the soldiers on the mission back to the reserve rather than kill them. So I'm going to have to trash this. It's unfortunate. Hopefully it comes up again in the future. It's going on the bottom of the deck, but that saved me from having to spend $2 in the future. But they got this done, so I'm going to put a success over here, because I still rolled a single success. That was nasty. And this assault, I guess, stays here until the mission is done. So he'll just stay there for now. I'll assign more troops to them in the future. All right, next. Everyone is still yellow. So the app is asking me who is yellow, who is red, and who is orange at this point. Well, everyone's still yellow. Did you complete a mission? No. If there is a meld token on the mission, remove it. I don't think I have a meld token. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you, but I don't have it. All right, next. What's the floater? You cannot roll against this enemy more than once. No. I don't see any sort of meld thing, so I'm going to hit no. Okay. Refresh units and cards, but not... so all exhausted cards are refreshed. So this is refreshed. 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 Okay. So that's all my cards. All tokens that are in their reserve are refreshed. So if I had any satellites or research tokens that were like spent, they would be refreshed now. All discarded cards are placed on the bottom. I've been doing that as I went. Next, return units to reserves. All units assigned to a task or placed on a card are returned to their reserve, except for soldiers on a mission. So these all come back to a reserve. Yep. These research tokens, and the state stays. So if these were exhausted, if these tokens were exhausted at one point, they would stay exhausted. All right, so they come back. This satellite comes back exhausted here, and this comes back ready. And these two come back ready. And I think that's all of them. Oh, and soldiers. This soldier comes back. That is a assault. He's now elite. These two supports come back. And did I miss anything? I don't think so. Oh, these two in base defense come back. So that is a heavy, and that is a sniper. So I have 3 snipers now. All right, so but anything on mission stays. So this assault will stay here. And again, normally this card would be up there, but for the sake of reaching, I'm putting it there for now. All right, I think we're good. How many UFOs in orbit? 0. All right, we now begin round 2. We are about 50 minutes into this video, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post this, and depending on the viewer count, and possibly if anyone on Discord wants to join and chime in, I will continue this playthrough on camera, but there has to be some kind of demand for it. 50 minutes for one round. Now keep in mind I did take a lot of time explaining stuff, so the future rounds should be a lot less now that we've been through a lot of it already. But all right, well, there you go, folks. That was a quick sampling of XCOM, the board game, possible episodes to follow in the future. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.